Hello, my name is Joseph Fuller, and I am a student in the SOS course, in the facilitated course. Currently, right now, I am a mechanical engineer at Robert Air Force Base as a structural engineer for the F-15 aircraft. A lot of my tasks is we pretty much do engineering quality control, such as we try to make sure that the quality of the aircraft is able to be maintained out in the field for our warfighters. So a lot of tools that we utilize is make sure there's no crack propagation, no stress before me along the wings and the among the structure part of the aircraft, such that we also consult with the program office to make sure that we are following along their guidance and even ask for advice and figure out what would be suitable for the warfighters. Part two, I'm going to talk about the key takeaway from the self-pay course. And the question I want to ask: what content made you think differently about air power, national security, warfare, or joint operations, and why? And the content I found interesting was an article of Philip S. Manager Bomber, the formation and early years of Strategic Air Command at the Maxwell Air Force Base, Air University Press, 2012. The purpose of this article was to create a strategic plan uh, such that originally President Roosevelt he had wanted a plan to be created in order to combat our enemies during the time of World War II. So from that standpoint, his main focus and was concerned his concern about it. Right now, he's afraid that Germany was going to attack the U.S. So he wanted to try to be able to create a plan to be able to combat them from attacking us. So what he did is he asked General Arnold to figure out and see if it's possible for the plan. So he had built a team which consists of colonels, majors, which none of them have any experience on, to figure out a way to be able to create a plan to be able to satisfy the president wants and needs. So, like I said, none of them have any experience in it, so they have to resort to collect a lot of data, which they collect data from different like manufacturers that are partners overseas from the other countries. They also had look at other type of data to be able to formulate a plan from it. Now, from the plan, while it took 6 days for them to create the plan, and the Secretary of Air Force signed off of it, they had underestimated a lot of stuff. For instance, the amount of aircraft needed to be out in the field. So the reason why I said this is interesting is because I try to relate it to our everyday life, and what I can find is, for instance, like right now, the Air Force has asked for money for a new aircraft because right now the aircraft is aged beyond its life expectancies. However, Congress had wanted to maintain these aircraft, continue to maintain the aircraft, so they had set a date for the aircraft to be able to be maintained like 2040, 2050, and 2060, and which it kind of put our the shelf life of the aircraft in danger and kind of can affect our inventory in the long run. Because right now, for instance, like we see things on CNN about how some other aircrafts are not suitable, and some I think was like I think I read like a F-22 was grounded because of FOD or some type of issue with that. So with that instances, it's that it's like we Congress underestimate the life expectancy of aircraft because they want to save money, which is good. I'm not saying that, but at the same token though, there comes a time in which the inventory is going to be kind of not good from that. So another part I'm going to talk about is part three, which is the most critical issue, and which we had a brief outline to make the case for what you assessed to be the two most critical issues related to air power in the context of national security, warfare, and joint operation. And one of the issues that relate to warfare is the constraint of the traditional war, which is in the article of The Level of War, Volume 1, which is kind of diminishing the aircraft requirements. For instance, in the World War eras, the manufacture of the aircraft, such as the structure and the technology, was very sound and it's currently still flying today, such as like the Devil bombers, as well as even the 70s by the F-15s. However, as the nature of the type of war had, the culture of the war had changed over time, then the aircraft requirement to build the aircraft, the requirement to build the aircraft, it's like it's not really suitable because like a lot of them want the aircraft to be much lighter and faster. However, it's like right now it's like the F-22-35 is too expensive because our requirements is driving based upon the type of war developing over time from these other countries, like I said, China and Russia and other places. So with the escalator of cost and material, it's like I remember before, it's like the quality of the aircraft is very poor, which from the instance, it's like for instance like the Navy or the other different branches of the service is what like really right now want to go back to like for instance like F-15s because they even though they were created like in the '70s, they're like more reliable than F-22 and F-35s. So another type of issue that is related to national security is our alliances. In the article of Joint Publication 1, Joint Doctrine for the Armed Forces of the United States, which was written in 25th of March 2013, which state the armed force of the United States conduct military operations as a joint force. Why I mention this issue is currently right now we have an alliance with South Korea. And during that previous time, we had did joint exercises such as military exercises during with South Korea. However, right now with us sort of trying to be kind of like acquainted with the North Korea, it's like one of the requirements North Korea have wanted us to actually stop doing these exercises with South Korea, which we kind of decided to cancel. I feel that it's an issue based upon the air power air war is because currently right now with our alliances, it kind of puts South Korea kind of sort of in danger because right now can we actually trust North Korea to do what they say? And if we can't trust it, it's like we're putting them in more danger. So that's the reason why I said that this is two of the issues. Thank you.